Today we have the pleasure of Mrs. Olaroyeke Fadeyi. She's a partner at Aburoyeke and Partners. We fondly call her Roy. Roy, you're absolutely welcome today.
Thank you very much, Bukky.
It has been a journey getting you here. It has been quite the journey, so we're really thankful that you've taken out time to be with us today. You're very welcome.
Thank you very much.
We're going to dive right into it. We're talking about the law. So, this podcast really focuses on our followers, our audience, the younger generation, and women generally speaking. A lot of people, when we think about lawyers, it's always when something has happened. We're always reactive to the lawyer conversation. Can you tell us a little bit about what one legal mistake that the regular person makes on a day-to-day basis without realizing it?
Okay. Thank you very much for having me. First of all, one mistake, I think, is several mistakes that everybody makes every day, including you and I. Even me as a lawyer, I do make that mistake. And that's solely that we trust people a lot. You know, people believe that, oh, I walk up to my friend, oh, Bukky, there's this job that we need to do. And then we take our word, I'll give you your cut, you give me my cut. And then we'll go our separate ways. We solely believe that we can trust the next person. And even every day of our lives, your driver, oh, take my card, go and buy something. We trust that driver. We trust our staff. We trust, Nigerians don't have the habit of putting a legal structure in anything that they do. And we believe that once there's an issue, then I will now run to my lawyer. And if you look at billionaires in the world, in the financial sector, in the legal sector, in the oil and gas sector, in the medical sector, any meeting that they're going to have, they go with their lawyers. You know, you can't see an artist, an American artist, for example, a British artist, a big doctor, architect going in for a meeting without their lawyers. Nigerians, on the other hand, they think about their lawyers when they're done. So, yeah.
That's very interesting because honestly, really, we do so many things that we
things.
don't think about our lawyers. Yes.
It's crazy. I've seen someone that's bought a property just over a drink, signed the document on a piece of paper, and then 3 years later, he tried to resell that particular land, and he couldn't. The documents were fake.
Wow.
And then he came up and said, oh, you need to save me my document. I'm like, where did you have this conversation? Did you do any due diligence about this land? Nothing. Just because my friend said he has a land for sale. And I trust my friend. You know, even your friend did not do a due diligence before getting the document.
Absolutely.
The land documents were all fraudulent. The proposed owner of this land was not entitled to this land. And you don't want to know the amount of money they paid for this land in millions, 300 million, 400 million kind of land. And the money was gone.
Wow.
That's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And speaking of land, this was a question I was going to ask later on, but since we're on the topic of land, a lot of young women, I remember when I was younger, I'm still up and coming. I mean, I'm still up and coming, but when I was much younger, I tried to buy a land as well.
Yeah.
And honestly, the last thing on my mind was thinking of a lawyer.
Wow.
That was the last thing on my mind. Mine is that I want to make an investment and I want to go through the route of buying property or land, and I'm looking for a seller, I'm a buyer, and I'm just going to buy it. So talk us through that, because the average person watching this podcast is probably on that same wavelength as well. Something as simple. But it's simple. We just want to buy a land. So why do we need a lawyer?
It's not that simple. And I tell people when they use that word, it's simple. I mean, Abuja, for example, has one of the biggest agencies for law, AGs. You need to get there on a Monday morning. There are like millions of cars outside. If it's that simple, they won't put a structure to it. If it's that simple, we won't have a powerful minister for FCT.
Yes.
Land is not just going to the market, picking a piece of, like a little chicken, dice it for me, and that's it, I'm going to buy it.
Yeah.
There are different layers to purchasing the property. Now, you want to buy a land in Abuja. First of all, when you see the land, the next person you should talk to is your lawyer.
Wow.
Once you see what you like, the next person you should talk to is your lawyer. Put a call through. I want to buy this piece of land. Because, for example, Abuja is in phases. They've only done 2 phases of Abuja on the master plan. So we still have, I think they have 12 or 7 phases
Wow.
that are going to do. So the way Abuja is now, we've only done 2 phases. Now, there's some of this land that developers have put into the market that are fraudulent.
Wow.
They're going to destroy them. El-Rufai did that during his administration.
Yes, I remember that.
And people are putting money, 70 million, 80 million, and it's all gone. So if you call your lawyer, there's something called the search. So there are 2 different searches. There's the window search and there's a legal search. I would do a search. I would know if this land has any encumbrance on it, meaning that does it have any case on it? Legal case, financial case, Pencom has taken it over, not Pencom, Amcom has taken it over, then they do the search. Once they do the search, I have to establish if the person you're buying it for, individual or company, are registered or accredited. Some of them are not. Some of them are just agencies on the road. That's the problem we have in Abuja, in Nigeria as a whole. The agencies agents around town seems to be more powerful than the lawyers, which is not supposed to be the case.
Absolutely.
They're just, I don't even want to call them middlemen. Some of them don't even know what they're doing. They just want to make the few change in their pockets and run away. So they will sell anything to you. And you will not consult your lawyer. But when the land has default, then you pick up your phone and call the lawyer. And at that point, it's already too late. So you consult your lawyer. You tell your lawyer, I want to buy this one. They do their search. Okay, give you the go ahead and say, you know what, let's do this. At the point of payment, your lawyer should be there. At the point of exchange of documents, some of them don't even know what they're getting from estate plot when they're buying it. The documents you get for an estate plot is not what you get from an individual.
Wow.
There's so many documents that are involved. Now, another mistake that people make is when they finish buying these properties and they finish doing all the agreements, the deed of assignment, the power of attorney, the deed of partitioning, the contracts of sales, they go ahead and they keep the documents in their wardrobe.
Yes. Is that wrong?
It is wrong because you need to take these documents back to ages.
Okay.
You need to register them at ages because what happens when you do those documents? The title has not changed at the land office.
Okay.
It still remains Mr. A still owns this land. Until you go ahead to register that document at the land office, they now do change of name, change of title. It now becomes yours.
Interesting.
But a lot of people don't. They don't register those documents.
We do not register.
Yeah. And most especially, one thing I want to say as well is to women.
Yes.
A lot of women do this thing. They buy land, Mr. and Mrs. Basketbone. Sorry for that name.
Yeah.
Mr. and Mrs. Basketbone. There's nothing like that in law. What we have in law is Mr. Biscuitbone, Basketbone, and Mrs. Pencil Basketbone. So let me make it more relatable.
Yes.
Mr. Yemi Ajayi and Mrs. Bose Ajayi. That's how it's done in law. But what most people do is they buy a land with their husband, they contributed money. They say, but I contributed money. Why is it his own
name? They
will now write Mr. and Mrs. In law, there's nothing like Mr. and Mrs. Because you're an individual.
Absolutely.
You have your name.
Yes.
So your name is Mr. Yemi Ajayi, Mrs. Bose Ajayi. That's the only way it's recognized in law. That's it. So women,
pay attention, women.
Yes.
I just learned something new. I had no idea. And I guess this is some of the values the lawyers bring that we don't appreciate. I think Nigerians generally really don't appreciate your profession. I'm so sorry.
No, I know. Nigerians don't. They don't. It's crazy. Someone said to me one day and said, what do you really lawyers do? It's not just to change. Just give me the template, I can do it.
Wow.
I'm like, give me the template and you can do it.
Yeah.
It's not that easy.
It's not.
Because every case is different.
Absolutely.
There's some that are easy to do. Oh, okay, buying good companies they have their documents put together. Just go there, sign the documents and go. But there's some that are very complicated. There are 5 buyers, 5 owners of this property, of this particular property, over time. And maybe they stop perfecting the document at the second buyer.
Wow.
Second owner of the property.
Yes.
So you have to go through the first allottee of this land, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, till it gets to your client. It's not that easy.
It's not that easy at all.
It's not that easy, yes.
Yes. I've heard something similar where someone purchased the land and then he had to go and start looking for the original owner of the land,
Yeah.
which was layers and layers.
Yes.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
I think for me, the lesson here is really get yourself a lawyer.
Get yourself a
Is
lawyer.
it important to have one on retainer, or we should have lawyers on a per transaction or case basis?
So I'll tell you this.
Mm-hmm.
For a company so some of us, we have companies, but we don't do things on the daily basis.
Right.
Okay, before I came here, I was with a client.
Mm-hmm.
When I leave here, I'm going to a client's office.
Mm-hmm.
And I told the client I'm going to be there from 2:30 to 3.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be in that client's office to maybe 6, 7 when I close.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's having his AGM meeting today. So
Okay.
I have to be
Yes.
there. Now, there are some companies or some clients that involve you to have your lawyer on retainership.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the difference between retainership and just calling a lawyer and saying, oh, pay as you go?
Mm-hmm.
You know, having on retainership means that I am with you 24/7. So if my client that is on retainership calls me, and you that you're my client on pay as you go calls me, I'm going to my client on retainership.
Absolutely.
Now, people think that the money is a lot because you either pay twice a year, you pay every quarter, you pay every month, you know, but you have access to that lawyer 24/7.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
And they wonder why a billionaire calls an SCN, for example, and the FCN is booking the first private jet out of Abuja to Lagos, and with that billionaire 24/7, is because it's paying for that service. But if you have a lawyer on pay as you go, you call me and I'm like, oh, I'm in high court, I can't come.
I'm in the court.
Oh, I'm with Madam Bukky has a direction, I'm doing it. You don't have me on retainership.
Yeah.
So it's always better to have them on retainership. And you can always negotiate with your lawyer. Okay, this is how much I can
afford.
And if you have somebody on retainership, does not mean that every transaction you're doing from there onward is for free. The retainership fee is different from, oh, you're having this transaction done. I'm going to this is my percentage, I'm going to charge you on it. You know. So lawyers are very important.
Very important.
Extremely important.
I'm definitely learning that as I grow.
Extremely
because
important. Extremely.
Honestly, I think I've taken for granted that I have a few friends that are lawyers, and I can always just call them and say, hey, please, I need legal advice.
Yes.
But
it's crazy.
I'm learning more now as I grow. Okay, that's really interesting. What's the most surprising misconception people have about the law that you constantly have to correct?
A lot. I can't say one particular thing. It's not one thing. We can spend the whole day here if you're going to do it, but I'm just going to pick one.
Okay.
Is that they only need lawyers when they're going to court. I think I'll say 2 actually.
Okay.
That they only need lawyers when they have a massive issue. Then they forget that they know police. Where they know soldiers. They now remember that I need a lawyer. But before you get to that point, your oral conversation, your oral negotiation, your FaceTime negotiation, your Zoom conversation with the other party, you need your lawyer. I've had a client that they've sent him series of documents, agreements. He just picks up his pen and he signs, and then he gives his secretary, send it back to Lagos. So when the transaction actually did pull through, and he started making the payment, and he just realized that, this money I'm getting is peanuts. This is not what we agreed on. So they've had oral conversation, oral agreements. And those ones have gone back to their lawyer, and they put it down in a contract form. Wow. And they are sending it to him over time. Oh, Oga, go through this and read it. He didn't give it to his lawyer. He didn't give it to me. He didn't call me for anything. And he kept on signing.
Wow.
And at the end of the day, he lost out.
Oh my.
When there was a default, when there was a breach of transaction in that agreement, he solely carried the burden because he had signed.
Oh my.
So when he wanted to sue them was when he called me and said, oh, I need to go to court. I'm like, why are you going to court? And I went through the agreement and I realized that there is mediation, arbitration. That is the only way you can go to. So you cannot even go to court. They've already put it in the agreement how we're going to solve this.
Oh, wow.
And that brings me to my second point. You don't have to go to court. There's arbitration. Because the court is overwhelmed.
Yes.
There are cases that have been in court for 20 years.
What?
There's a judge can sit on a case in court from 8 in the morning till 5 in the evening.
Yeah.
And they're judging 30, 40 cases.
Yeah.
And they're writing it down. They're putting on this point. So the judges are also exhausted. The court system is exhausted. It's overwhelming for them. There's arbitration. There's mediation. They're less expensive. And you can go through this route. You don't have to always go to court. You know, that's what a lot of people don't understand. There's, for example, let me speak for an employee now. Your employee has an issue with you as an employer. You can go to an employment tribunal. You don't have to go to court.
Okay.
You know, what a lot of people don't realize is the country actually do take care of you. I have a banking issue with my bank. There's a banking law. So pick up your phone and call your lawyer. Your lawyer will do the burden for you, the heavy burden for you, and go through banking law. There's something in there that will give you a good judgment. That will give the bank, okay, pay this person this amount of money. There's a tenancy agreement act. There's also the civil act. There's penal code. There's criminal code. There's this, there's that. But what we don't do is that we don't take advantage of all this. Not only people that are not educated, you'll be amazed that the people that make the most legal blunders are educated people.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
The people that make the most blunders are the educated people.
Is it because we feel like we know it all, or bad as it bad, we can sort it out?
We feel like we can sort it out.
Can sort it out.
You know, I've had a client that gone to the police station and the police will tell him, go and bring your lawyer. This matter, no concern us. Go and bring your lawyer. They will now call and say, why are you going to police station without your lawyer? You know, so we feel like, what can happen? My money can save me. Oh, I know somebody that knows somebody. But at the end of the day, you need your lawyer.
You need your lawyer.
So the mistake that we make most times is, number one, we feel like we need to always need to resort. I'm going to court. I'm taking Nigerian. I'm going to sue you.
I'm going to sue you.
I'm going to take you to court.
We're going to court, sis.
Because sometimes you even make your lawyers look stupid in front of the judge. The judge will say, why
did you bring this here?
You know? So it's not everything that you need to go to court. There are other alternatives. There are millions of alternatives. Okay. And there's always, let's sit on the round table and have a discussion. We don't have to be angry or fight. Yeah. We can actually sit and have a peaceful conversation. But you still need your lawyer to be there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Brilliant. Well said. We're learning, guys. We're learning. Human rights as Nigerians, as citizens of Nigeria. What is the one right of citizens, generally speaking? I know it's a very broad question, but if you wanted Nigerians to know one of their rights, which one do you think it's, the most basic day-to-day right that every citizen should at least know that this is your right? What would that be?
That you have rights to justice.
Justice.
Yeah.
Good. Fantastic.
I would direct this to women.
Okay. Brilliant.
I love my women.
Absolutely.
Clock. I love women. A lot of women go through a lot of issues, but they don't understand that the law is there for them. I'll tell people that in family courts, a woman is more protected than the man.
Really?
In a family court, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
But a lot of women don't understand this. Every individual in Nigeria is protected. But it's the way you go about it that matters. The exposure you have and the understanding you have to this right is what makes sense. A lot of people, I was telling someone the other day, I was in the car with my driver and we're driving, I was on my laptop doing some work. And the police officer asked him to park. So, that turning when the light is red, but you have the right to make
a right turn.
Turn. And he stopped. And my driver is semi-illiterate, so he's not educated.
Right.
And he stopped. And he said to him that the rest said, why are you going through that? Police officer trying to say, stop, come out of the car. And because the car is a bit tinted, so you can't really. So I wound down. I was like, madam, don't worry. Take out of the car. And he brought out his Road Traffic Act book.
Wow.
And he opened it to me and he said, they say I fit turn like this. It was translated into broken English.
Wow.
He said, I fit turn this way. And the person carry your wallet and go, and enter the car and he drove. I didn't need to come down. I didn't need to say anything.
Wow.
So there's law to protect you. And you're too shocked that Nigeria is one of the most legislated countries in the world. Yeah.
I'm shocked to hear that.
Nigeria is one of the most legislated countries in the world.
Oh, wow.
We have laws for
Everything.
But people don't know.
Yeah.
And there's no way you can know if you don't engage your lawyer. And my ladies in particular, speak to your lawyers. Talk to your lawyers in terms of your rights, in terms of your children, your husband. Get to know what the law says and how the law protects you. A lot of women don't know.
We don't.
Yeah, a lot of women
I
don't.
am sitting here as a woman. I don't know any of those laws. I don't know.
I was telling someone the other day that, every state in Nigeria has a state-owned domestic organization.
Okay.
So if you have issues with your spouse that is domestic, that is violent, you can go there. There's shelters for women in Nigeria. There's shelters you can keep your children with the government and then sort out your own issue. There's stipends being paid for to these women. They find you jobs, but a lot of women don't. And I think, on both the citizens' part and the government part, we need to do more sensitization. We need to say this more out there.
Yes.
And most women, NGOs and women fighting for women's rights, most times we do this on the surface level. We don't go back and do the background work and say, you know what does the law say about this? How can the law protect this woman? Yeah. So you have right to dignity. You have right to dignity.
Right to dignity.
Yeah.
Wow.
You have right
I
to dignity,
love
to
that.
justice. You
and
do.
to justice.
Yes.
I think after this podcast, we would have learned so much that we might even want to take you now on retainership as our legal counsel, our lawyer.
I'm here for you.
In-house. Oh,
Yes.
thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay, before we round up the podcast, I wanted to ask one more question. Have you ever handled a case or situation that completely changed the way you see people in general? Not even necessarily just Nigerians, just human beings in general. Yeah.
Every day. Every day. Every
single day. Oh my
But
gosh.
because of my work and because of my profession, I've learned not to judge people.
Yeah.
So nobody goes into a contract, have some cycles, but nobody goes into a contract, an agreement, a business opportunity with the idea that they're going to lose or they're going to cheat the other party.
Okay.
Most people go in because of lack of understanding of what their rights are or what is expected of them.
Okay.
Okay. And most people go into this agreement because of frustration, financial frustration. They go into it because of desperation as well. We can say we're opportune, but a lot of people that are not opportune.
Yes.
I will give you my child. Let her be doing nanny in your house. But we give me 5,000 naira every month. First of all, child labor.
Child labor laws.
Second of all, minimum wage.
Yes.
How are you giving your child out to someone to pay 10,000 naira every month?
Yes.
So this goes back to the first question. It's based on trust. Oh, I trust this madam.
Yes.
And then they traffic your child out of the country to Europe, to South America, and then you can't find. But there's no written agreement. There's nothing between you and this person. When did you give me your child?
Wow.
Child is not with me. So there's so many things I've seen over the years that even the elite, there's so many legal mistakes that they make. I go like,
I'm sorry.
How? My husband will say something. He said, my wife will not go to the pharmacy and buy drug without knowing what is wrong with her. People say, oh, Roy, you're so smart. Roy, you're intelligent, you know law. And I'm like, no. I think the smartest people on earth are doctors. So I walk into hospital. I have a headache on my life side of my head. I feel a bit weak. My bones hurt. Let me do it. Let me know exactly what is wrong with me. Then you prescribe drug to me. But what most Nigerians do is that they go and buy the drugs first. And then now say, oh, when I bought the drug, why did you go into this agreement? Oh, I was thinking I will own this vessel.
Yes.
I will own this land.
Yes.
We always think backwards.
Absolutely.
So I will go into the hospital and do a test. And I know what exactly is wrong with me before I get. Our own is reverse, especially when it comes to lawyers. So I've seen so many people that have entered into transaction. I told someone, I said, I did a course in university called anthropology,
Okay.
the study of human character, human behavior. And because of that, I understand how people, rationale in which people think. You know, this transaction sounds sweet. Let me just quickly do it. I'll make few change in my pocket. But when you go back, ICPC will call you, EFCC will call you. You know, where is this fund coming from?
Yeah.
What's going on? And you know, you go into it innocently, but the other party already knows. They can't find the other party.
Oh gosh.
You've messed yourself up.
Yes.
You know, so yeah, a lot. I see a lot. I
can imagine.
My partner said, I think we need to go into therapy. I see a lot. I wrote a will for someone a couple of months ago, and I'm like,
you're going through a lot.
I'm going through a lot. You know, I'm going through a lot, and especially women. One more thing, women. I'm happy that a lot of women are writing wills now.
Yeah, that's good.
Before, it's always, the population is more men are writing will than women.
Okay.
But nowadays, women are now writing will.
Okay,
I mean, this year alone, more women have written will with me than men have written will.
Oh, that's really good.
You know? So women, the law protects you. You can do this thing.
Absolutely.
You can.
Absolutely.
You can. Yeah.
I love it. Thank you so much, Roy.
Thank you.
We know you to be a very prolific lawyer.
Yeah.
You know, you take your job very seriously. You have major corporate clients and individual clients. How do you relax? What do you do for fun? Like when you're not in the courtroom or mediating or something, handling your clients' issues, what do you do to relax? The reason we ask this question is because sometimes the younger generation, who is most of our viewers, they always feel like it's just about work, because that's all we preach. That's all they see us do. Yeah. But it's important to let them know that life is about balance as well. So we like to ask our viewers, our guests, these questions: that what do you like to do to relax or for fun?
What do I do to relax or have fun?
Don't tell me reading a law book.
No. So because I love to read.
Yes.
And I saw a post one day on Instagram, and the person said, just like last week, somebody said, you say you read a lot, but you just read romantic novels and all that. So I read a lot. When I was young, I used to read obituary because I wanted to read, because there was nothing to read in the house. I love to read. If you think I'm on my phone and I'm on Instagram, I'm actually reading. I love to read. And I don't mean just reading books, just reading law books. I just love to read.
Just anything readable.
So I read.
Okay.
And then last 1 year, I started going to the gym. I actually enjoy going to the gym.
Right.
And I love to swim.
Yes. You're like a fish in the water.
I love to swim.
Absolutely.
I love to swim.
Yes.
And I love TV a bit too much. And lastly, I love to cook.
Yes. I know that.
If I'm not a lawyer, I'll be a cook.
Absolutely.
I love to cook. I love to feed people.
Yes.
I love to cook. Yeah.
Okay.
I love to enjoy life generally.
I know, right? Life is for the living.
Life is for the living. It's too short.
Absolutely. It's too short. Okay.
I love to enjoy life.
If you had one final message for our viewers, especially focusing on the younger generation and women in particular, what would that one last message be?
Women, generally, younger girls coming up.
Yes.
Take your life seriously. You know, I tell people, if I had a mentor when I was growing up, when I was coming up, I would have done better. I mean, people will say, well, you're doing well.
Absolutely.
You know, but I would have done better.
Yeah. And
I think we get, so my father, may rest in peace, he says something that between the ages of 25 and 60, you sit down and wonder where the years went.
Absolutely.
It goes so fast that what did I do with my time?
Yeah.
And what most young people don't realize is you can actually have fun and still take life seriously.
Yeah.
A lot of them just think, oh, Madam Bukky is too serious. All this thing about his work. But we had fun while we were growing up. We had a lot of fun.
Yes.
But you can still take your life seriously. You know, this lackadaistic attitude of, I don't need to go to the office. We all can't be content creators.
No, we all can't.
We all can't be content creators. We all can't be entrepreneurs.
Yes.
You know, you can actually do all those things and still have fun. But most importantly, take your life seriously. Take your health seriously as a woman.
Okay.
You know, your mental health as well. Take it seriously. You know, that's about it.
Well, thank you so much, Roy. It's
Thank
been
you
a
for
real
having
pleasure
me.
having you here.
Finally.
Finally. Oh my gosh, it's been a journey. We do
Thank you.
appreciate you, and we
Thank
hope
you.
we'll be able to have many more
Yeah.
collaborations in the
Yeah.
future.
Thank you
So
very
thank
much.
you so much, and
Thank
see you
you.
next time.
Bye.
Bye.